All right, so in this lesson, we are going to talk about the limit of ChatGPT. Right now, I'm using GPT 3.5, and I'm going to come here and write down, write, for example, 3,000 words blog post about starting a business in, for example, 2023 with its challenges. Okay, so if I press enter, ChatGPT has started to prepare this blog post for us, and I'm going to fast forward until the blog post is ready. All right, as you can see, it get to a point that we know there is a continue for that, but it is stopped. You see, it started the sentence, starting a business, and then it is stopped, okay? And if I scroll up, okay, if I take all of these texts and copy it into this website. It's a word count website, and if you just search on Google, you can find different websites that count the number of words in your text. If I paste it here, if we look at it, it is 592 words, okay? So if I come here, there are two ways to tell ChatGPT to continue. The first way, which most people use it, is to come here and write down continue, okay? And if you press enter, it will continue writing the rest of the sentence. But recently, GPT added a new button here, as you can see, continue generating. If you click on this, it will keep writing the rest of the sentence, the rest of the text, okay? So this is one of the ways that you can um, overcome the limit of word count of ChatGPT. But I have to tell you something. ChatGPT doesn't count words, it counts tokens. What does that mean? Tokens, we can say more or less, are like word counts, but sometimes it can be a single word or it can be a single sign, okay? For example, the text that we have here, if I select all of it, as you can see, it is 592 words, 4,420 characters, okay? Here, there's a tool from OpenAI that count the token inside a text. I will put the link of both of these websites in the resources of this lesson as well, so you can have access easier. If I paste the text here, it will count the number of tokens. As you can see, the number of tokens is 781, even though that we have 592 words. So if we look at the highlights here that shows every token. As you can see, for example, here we have introduction. This is one token. We have colon. This is one token. For example, here, dot is one token, in one token, 20 one token, 23 one token, comma one token. Okay, so this is how ChatGPT calculate the number of tokens. And based on the version of GPT that you are using, the number of tokens, the limit for the number of tokens will be different, okay? ChatGPT 3 or 3.5 or 4 has, each of them has different limit for the number of tokens. Now, this was the limit about the response of the ChatGPT. What if we want to paste a long prompt here, right? So let me remove this. So let's go to GPT-4. And if I come here and write down, I have a code and I want you to debug it, okay? So let me tell you one thing. If you are using computer and you want to go to the next line, the way to do it is to hold Shift and press Enter, and without submitting the prompt, it will go to the next line. So under this line, I will paste my long code. So if I come here and set, this is the code that I have. As you can see, it is 522 lines. So I will copy this code and come here and paste it, okay? And if I press enter, then it will give me an error and it is telling me the message you submitted was too long, okay? Please reload it and make it shorter. So how we can overcome this challenge here? As I said, the number of tokens in ChatGPT 4 and ChatGPT 3.5 are different. So if I paste the same thing in ChatGPT 3.5, it will work, okay? Because the number of tokens, the limit for each of them, each version is different. So how we should overcome this challenge? I'm going to open a new chat here, go to GPT-4, and here I'm going to write down, I have a code and I want you to debug it, but because it is long, I will paste it in two parts. You can start debugging after you received all parts of the code. Okay, so this way I'm telling ChatGPT that the code is too long. I will send it in two parts, in two chunks, and you can continue debugging it after you received all the code. So here I'm going to come and write down part 1, and I'm going to take half of it. For example, it is 500 lines of code. I'm going to go around 250. Okay, where is it? Here. For example, yeah, from here, I'm going to select the top part. Okay, copy it and come here and paste the first part. Press enter. Now I don't receive the error. If we go down, and it says, all right, I'm waiting for the second part of the code, right? Now I'm going to come and copy the rest of the code and come here and just paste it. And now it will look at it, go through the codes, and analyze it and debug it for me. Okay, so if you have a long text that you want to paste it here, and if it gives you error, the way to overcome this challenge is to divide it into different chunks. Okay, so that was all about this lesson. And the next part, I will give you some quick information about the settings, plugins, and some other beta features about ChatGPT. And after that, we will start learning more about the prompt formula. So that was all about this lesson. I will see you in the next part.